Welcome back to the second half of this video. We're going to jump right into things with number 5. Now, I know in the first half we dunked on G2 a lot. They had a lot of early tournament exits, and I thought that was worth mentioning. But it wasn't all bad news. Of course, 2019 was the year where they became back-to-back world champions. Let's talk about that a little bit here. We'll go to the quarterfinals where they faced a couple of boys in yellow, of course. We're talking about their match against Space Station Gaming. This is one of the most well-remembered matches from the Invitational, I do believe, because map number 1 in particular was such a barn burner. It started off with another 5-1 split for G2, a very dominant half coming out from them, but SSG battled that back, and they gained a lot of fans in the process. They win it 8-7, maximum overtime, close as you can possibly get in Siege. Brilliantly done by them. Map 2, again, starts off pretty close. We get 2-2 scoreline, so we start off with the first 4 rounds going pretty back and forth. But then G2 starts to turn it on, and I think we see SSG drop the ball a little bit. G2, the world champions, they ended up winning the map 6-3 overall. They went up 6-2 total, and it became a little bit close at the end. There was an insane kill from Bosco that made it pretty tight. But ultimately, map number 2 going in favor of G2 Esports sends us to the map 3 in the best of 5. This one was also a little bit one-sided, with G2 leading for most of it, but the way this one ended, and with SSG keeping things close for the entire match, makes it one of the best games of the year, in my opinion. This 1v1 was absolutely thrilling if you're an EU fan, and pretty heartbreaking if you're a North American fan. I'll let you watch it, but that's why this game gets the number 5 spot on our list.
Juiced up with that stim pistol, looking for Pengu, but it's an easy kill on the thinking nade. And now Rampy in a 1v2. Looks around the corner, a pre-fire, but he's gonna make a lot of noise. He's not the fastest, takes out Pengu, but there's not a lot of time. He has to go for the defuse, but Kanto is going to play the clock, and we are dangerously close. Rampy knows it. Look at his face. Come on. It doesn't matter. G2 is there. Rampy, the impactless frag. He's upset. But G2 look to repeat, and they punch a ticket to the semifinals.
There's something about these Latin American national programs, man. I don't know what it is, but they always seem to lead to the best of 5s that we see in some of Rainbow Six. I'm talking about Brazil this time. Liquid versus FaZe, the 2019 BR6 Grand Finals. And I'll just walk you through this one in case you didn't watch it live, because it was not casted in English, just like the Mexican Nationals weren't. Map number 1 saw Team Liquid take a very early lead, but they stalled out in the end, and FaZe Clan actually won the map 7-5. Liquid tried to strike back in map number 2, and they do exactly that. Taking the lead a little bit early. FaZe Clan keep pace, but it doesn't seem to matter. A 7-5 scoreline gives Liquid the win. Map number 3, also another huge lead for Liquid. They go up 6-2, match point after only 8 rounds, but FaZe Clan takes 6 in a row. Map 3 goes their way, and they find themselves up again, this time from an 8-6 scoreline. Map number 4 is probably the worst map that we had in this best of 5 series. FaZe Clan take the lead for the first time, but then eventually find themselves down 6-4, and an unfortunate missed operator selection forces them to forfeit the final round, and they lose at 7-4. A little bit heartbreaking. Thankfully, map 5 kind of makes up for it. Not necessarily for FaZe Clan's eyes, but it was a close game for the viewers, no doubt about it. We go all the way to overtime. It's 8-6 final scoreline, and again, this play to end it, absolutely insane one to remember for sure.
Pode ser a vitória da Liquid. O Iona tenta pressionar na frente dele. O Art não consegue gastar as balas suficientes para acertar o jogador. Vai tentando fazer o prepare, mas o Iona garante a eliminação em cima do Nesk. Tem na frente o Arthur no chão. Tá de olho, o X1 agora. Quem leva é o PSK com uma double kill.
We've talked about 3 minors this year already, but I've saved the best for last, trust me. The grand finals of the Allied Esports Las Vegas minor was one of the best games, not just in 2019, but I think that we've ever seen in Rainbow Six Siege. Sure, I mean, at this point, both teams are already secured their spots to the major. There wasn't a huge history between these two teams. Maybe the storyline wasn't that great. But grand finals, 3 maps going almost overtime, 2 of them going overtime, and then 1 of them going 5-7. You can't not put that on the list. We're talking about Secret versus Listerine, the team now known as the Giants. And what can I say? Again, Clubhouse, the very first map, was extremely close. Secret win it in the end, though. Border, even closer. We go 8-7 all the way to maximum overtime. Listerine this time, they take that one. And then all the way from map number 3, Consulate, another 8-7 victory. Take a look at the way this one ends. Just incredible stuff for a grand finals. You'd expect nothing less from the Allied Esports Las Vegas minor. A great tournament topped off by an amazing grand finals.
Fortunately, he's not going to be able to stop the plant from happening. Still managed to get the down, immediately drops on, confirms the kill. He's wedged himself, though, whether he realizes it or not. He's got to be very careful about how he proceeds. We're looking for the second pickup here. So their opponent going to be joining. Jumps onto the counter defuse. This is going to be hard to pull off. Zenemy not pushing onto it, but it's Feral that gets the last kill. And Team Secret are your winners of the Allied Esports Rainbow Six Minor.
We narrow it down to just 2 more games, and this one maybe isn't on a lot of people's radar. I certainly had forgotten about this match before I started looking into this list. It's actually 2 matches, if I'm being honest. I'm cheating a little bit here, but it was at the same tournament. It was between the same 2 teams. I'm talking about the group stage at the Invitational, Liquid versus Mocket, the German team now known as Orglis. They met in the very first opening match, and it didn't seem like a great series to start things off. A 7-2 smash from Mocket sent Liquid, one of the Brazilian favorites, down 1-0 in the very first best of 3 they played. Liquid strike back, going up 5-1 in map 2, and Mocket make it close, but it's eventually a 7-4 scoreline for Liquid. Map 3 goes crazy back and forth every single round, but it's 8-6 overtime win for Mocket, putting them up 1-0 in the groups and sending Liquid down 0-1. Now, the only way for them to meet again, of course, would be for Mocket to lose their next game and for Liquid to win their next game. And that's exactly what happened. We get a second best of 3 between these 2 squads, and it was even better than the first one. In the first map of the second best of 3, Liquid strikes with their own 8-6 victory, so another overtime win for them. They keep their momentum up into the map number 2, going up 3-0, but Mocket close the gap and take the victory 7-5, another crazy close one. And then, man, the way this last map ends, of course, for the Invitational, winner goes to the grand stage, loser goes home. And it's this 1v3 clutch for Sexy Cake that sends Liquid all the way. I'll let you watch it because, man, it was crazy.
Between 3 operators in a hard place, and KS will find yet another kill. KS coming up massive right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all left up to Sexy Cake with 50 seconds left on the clock. He does have the diffuser, though, so he will get droned out. They know exactly where he is. He does have a Toxic Babe on the 1 doors. He will pop that. Valkyrie Cam in tow to help him with some information. Shotgun as well. Stun Grenade going to full stun him, but no one's going to push. He will find KS, though. Will he be able to find Corey inside of the bathroom? He pops a shot, rotates, toss another Toxic Babe, as this is going to come down to bare knuckle brawling between these 2 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid was Sexy Cake against 3, as they will pick up KS. Will he win the fight against Corey? He will. 2 to find. He's going to find 1, and he's going to find 2! Liquid to the main stage!
The number 1 spot on this list, the best game of 2019, and a game that will be remembered for the rest of Rainbow Six Siege's history, doesn't need much description. CZ75, top white stairs.
The kill, he sees the tracers go, no! Scyther will win the fight, he'll inch his way on up. Geo's gonna be next in line, but this could be a tough shot, and Empire could wrestle away the round. There's Geo just waiting, he doesn't pull the trigger, he sees it, he pops up. Oh no, Geo, you gotta hit your shots! Young will be the last one left. He was so important for FaZe, he turns his back, he's got the pistol, but Shepard...
Yeah, that memory aside, I mean, this game doesn't need a whole lot of explanation, but I think the other 2 maps go a little bit unremembered for this. It was still a really good best of 3 series, despite that throw from Evil Geniuses. I don't think despite, I think including that throw made it what it was. Of course, map number 1 being very back and forth for Evil Geniuses, pretty close scoreline at the end there. Map 2 is the moment that we all remember, the infamous choke from Evil Geniuses that gave Team Empire their... eventually led to Team Empire getting their very first tournament win internationally. And then map number 3 wasn't the closest that we've ever seen, but still a crazy final round to end things out. A 2v5 clutch for Empire. Gave them the championship. The Season 9 winners were them that day.
We catch the Maestro off guard. The Maestro looks the wrong way. We'll be able to win the fight. No, Geo does. This will prompt Dan to have to do double duty. And then VK will watch as Geo goes for the plant. The sound cue will give Dim the information. Oh, he takes one down! And a new Empire will rise as you crown a new champion here in Milan.
For me, that's sort of the game that defines 2019. I know that there were some really good ones. Otherwise, of course, G2 Empire at the Major was a really exciting one. G2 Empire, I think, was iconic at the Invitationals just because of how long map number 1 went. Coastline being a 12-10 scoreline, nothing like that we've ever seen in Rainbow Six before. But for me, this is sort of the game that defines 2019. It was the best game of 2019. Even as a North American fan, my heart was racing, and although it was a sad day for all of NA, it was still an iconic game, and I think you can't deny from an objective point of view, it was a really, really good match. So it gets the #1 spot on this list. Let me know what you think down below or on Twitter. That's at JesseJChick. It's right below you on the screen right now, so you can go check that out on my Twitter if you're not following already. As well, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want more videos like this. Probably going to be doing less well-polished stuff. I mean, this is a video that I put a lot of work into. Writing everything down, doing the video, and then getting all the clips as well. So this one's been a bit of a longer one, but I'm thinking I want to do more consistent, sort of shorter videos where we just talk about random thoughts a couple times a week. Ideally would be what we're looking at for 2020, but who knows? I've made a lot of promises on this channel for videos I'm going to do, and then I just don't do them. I'm really bad at that. So if you want to take that chance, go ahead and subscribe. That's been it for me. I hope you have a wonderful 2020. I hope we get even better games than we got in 2019. Whatever happens, I'll see you there. See you next time.